So we're going to turn our Potty into a civilized jet. We have $310,000 to start with, but for now we're simply going to keep it with this. We're going to push this down. We have a nice actually concrete runway for once, and I just wanted to see what would happen if we launched it without anything. It's actually a pretty good launch considering we have just a porta potty with a giant rocket on it. So even that, we got 700 distance, 350 meters up for $7,000. But we could do better. Let's buy the tail and the landing gear and nose. I guess we're going to make the runway smoother because these cost pretty minimal money. And the sudden boost of speed upon takeoff sounds nice for $5,000. Oh, experience is also very important. Okay, so obviously this is a pretty big step up. We're going to raise the landing gear before we even take off. Hopefully that doesn't have an effect. And yeah, so far we're doing a little bit better. We still have no propulsion other than gravity itself, but yeah, I can see the potential in this one. We do need to go 12,000 meters distance though and 8,000 meters up, but I think we're in good hands today. Even now we're just casually skipping along the flames and that's working great. Almost to the point where I'm starting to get bored with this. We need to crash and die so I can put some more upgrades on this. Okay, that without any engine, we went 3,000 distance, 1,000 height for $18,000. So the engine is $50,000. No wonder I didn't buy it sooner, and the wings are another 40. And we built the F-104 Starfighter. Okay, that's a rather futuristic looking jet, so I think we could probably work with this pretty well. We're kind of going to do my normal strategy where I can just loop-de-loop, hoping to hook the fires, keep bringing us up as much as we can. This engine is so powerful that it's almost stupid. So we'll just keep looping around till we hit about 3,000 meters, then we'll go back to our actual engine power. Getting a little bit of sparseness in the flames, but I didn't realize how high we were already. I'm going to make myself a little steeper just to try and get that elevation. I didn't think we were going to get anywhere close to doing this, but we actually might. Basically thanks to having a big rocket on top of my small plane. So that'll do it. We're at 8,000 meters just, so let's push ourselves a little bit more this way to get a little more distance. Oh, I think we made it into space kind of accidentally anyways. So, I mean, we can't possibly win anyway because we don't have enough tricks, but I now realize how easy this is going to be thanks to us being rich. And it takes 10 minutes to hit the ground again, but I've got time. Plus, that's worth $50,000 all by itself. So, I'm going to give the rocket pod an upgrade or two. We need more levels for that. Okay, I'm going to buy a clear runway for $20,000 and 64,000 for more takeoff speed. I don't need takeoff speed. At least I'm pretty sure I don't. What I do need is a barrel roll. For some reason, that's just part of my flight. We're debatably not even in a potty anymore. This is just straight up a jet, and a pretty nice one at that. And thanks to our new jet power, we're gonna have even more power to keep us going, but I'm gonna use as little as possible at first. Okay, we made it a little over 4,000 meters, basically using 4% of our fuel. The size of this jet definitely helps because it's so big it hits pretty much everything in the sky, which normally is a bad thing for planes, but with me, you want to hit everything. Maybe this loop-de-loop strategy is just kind of unfair. Okay, we're losing some altitude, so we're going to burn a little bit of fuel to bring us back up, and whatever, we can use a little bit of fuel now, I suppose. It's not going to hurt anything. I'm going to go more forward anyway, because this rocket just pulls us so far up, it really doesn't matter. I guess I've got to start doing these other tricks too, huh? So we're doing pretty well. We got to do one more of these other tricks. We're going to use a little bit of jet power there. So we just got to make it 12,000 meters distance. We still have 50% of our fuel at 10,000 meters, so we're going to be all right. Plus, I'm pretty sure there's less gravity up here, so we could just kind of escape into space. There's the moon. The moon stopped by to see us. We're so high. I feel like collecting these stars up here probably is good too, just because they're really good experience. And I would need to level up. Level 25, I'm pretty sure has some new unlocks that we're going to need moving forward. We're just going like accidentally higher and further. Like we're already over the landing zone, but I still have 25% of my fuel left. So let's burn ourselves up as high as we can and burn the rest of the fuel, seeing what's up here in space. Apparently not much, so we'll go ahead and put the landing gear out so we don't forget, and we'll just drop from 12,000 meters up. Then I believe we'll be able to land this rather nicely. This might actually be worth over $100,000 too, just because it was such a successful run. I don't know if the wheels are supposed to touch down evenly or if it matters, but I mean, even if we crash, I guess we can just redo it, but there's a beautiful landing. $89,000 for that run. And with that, we're ready to move to a new area. So we're going to get an even better jet now, and this is only halfway to the ultimate jet. Okay, so let's start with just our basic potty. This is the frame of which we build off for some reason. But even that goes pretty far for just a man in a porta potty. And it probably doesn't make a difference to him. He just dies all the quicker this way. So we're going to spend $30,000 on a tail right now. That's an obnoxiously big tail for just a little porta potty. We already have landing gear on this. Like we're ever going to be able to land this thing safely. Look how big it is. And I like how his head is sticking out, just taking in that beautiful breeze and also ready for impact once we hit the ground. Even that was worth $10,000. Okay, so let's add the landing gear to that that as well, and maybe also the engine. We don't need wings yet. I mean, most of it's in the tail anyway. We hardly needed the nose. I need to remember to buy some new tricks too, because apparently this one wants all sorts of fun tricks. In fact, we have none selected somehow, so my loop-de-loop strategy might not work anymore. But this jet is so powerful that I don't think we need to use it. We just touch a little bit of fuel and we can launch super far or high. And I also I don't have wings yet. I need to buy the wings before I can even do this. But without wings, we can certainly go very far. And we've definitely hit level 25. I don't know if we just hit it this run or if that was before, but we're in good shape. All right, time to point this thing to the moon and just blast off. Because I see now how far we're going to be able to go. We won't be able to do it yet, but with a few small upgrades, I think we're going to get there. I also hit a few fireballs, so I'm trying to hit the ground to kill this guy, but the fireballs are keeping us alive. Okay, Superman's back carrying us again into the fire, so we might actually get closer to this than I think, even though I'm literally just trying to hit the ground. I've actually bounced up like 2,000 meters just on fire. Like, I can't hit the ground. The fire is keeping me afloat. And I've gotten all the way to level 26, just bouncing along on fire with no fuel. All right, for that wingless run, 51,000. So I guess we might as well add the wings then. And then I guess this clear runway. I don't think the runway's a problem at this point, but when you're rich, you're rich. And we can give the rocket pod a higher boost. So that's going to look something like this. There's that nice smoothness we paid for. Whoops, that wasn't a super great start. But I got all my tricks back, so, you know, I can just do my loop-de-loops through the fire for a while. And, you know, this is probably all I have to do to win this, really. But I mean, it's a pretty good porta potty, really. It's obviously very well structured too. It must be made out of titanium to be able to hold up to all this. Kind of regret not buying more of the tricks right now. I did need more money anyway, I guess, so this is probably worth it. This is like an investment run. I've literally used 0% of my fuel so far, and I'm 6,000 meters up and 6,000 meters distance, so we're pretty even. Okay, we made it to space using 0 fuel at all, so we're doing pretty good. You know, we're dropping for the first time. All right, well, we use a bit of fuel then, I guess. Not that it's going to take us much to get us anywhere at all. Well, since we're here at 10,000 meters up, let's just burn all the fuel going straight up to see what's up here. I mean, we know the moon is here. That's not going anywhere. But what comes after the moon? We got 10% of our fuel left and just more space for now. We didn't actually hit the goal we were looking for at the top either, but that's okay. Okay, so he's flying by, but we need our next tricks before I'm going to take this seriously anyway, because this is just a money run. That run was worth 70 grand, which is great because we need to buy a few of these, 40 grand and 50 grand to complete this. I think I actually also need the standing ovation, so that only leaves us with 100 grand left over. Luckily for us, I feel like we're going to have the time to get all those tricks done, because I'm just going to loop my loop up to 10,000 meters and then we'll start doing tricks when we're in space. We've climbed quite quickly up to 7,500 meters elevation. We're just going to keep going and going. We even have Superman here to help us. I mean, we do still need to make it up to 13,000 meters. We're at 9 currently, so we've got a ways to go. And we're starting to lose altitude again for the first time in a while. Might have to recover this just a little. There's the moon. We're at about 11,000 meters, so I think we're going to be okay height-wise. Yeah, we just got to make it the proper distance, which I think will be okay. We're within 1,000 meters of our goal upwards, which might sound like a lot, but it's really like a few boosts, because there's where we need to be, so we're going to point ourselves a little more straight, and we got to start doing some of these weird tricks. They're a little hard to see in space, because my stickman is black against the black background, but just know that he's out there risking his life for us, considering he probably can't breathe very well outside of his spaceship. Okay, we got our standing ovations done. Now we need to do this one. Oh, I wish I knew about that sooner. That would pick up so many fireballs. But you know what? I think we're going to be able to accomplish all this, because we're 15,000 meters up, sort of accidentally. Those are done. So which one's a double loop? This one? Okay, so that's a double loop. Great. We're over the landing zone already. We still need to do a few more double loops. There's a flying car, and I think we actually found Mars. We found a red planet, so we're pretty high up there. There's also a rainbow something cruising by. Alright, well, now I'm going to lower the landing gear and pretty much have a nap, because it's going to take us forever to touch down. I would do tricks all the way down, I just really don't care. We're almost level 32, so we'll get some new unlocks. Coming in for landing pretty quick, and we crushed it. That was worth $87,000. Things are getting expensive, so we're going to double that. So that means it's time for a new area, where we get a very sleek black jet in what looks like a secure location. This isn't a super sleek jet yet, this is just my porta potty with a rocket. It's just customary to kill him at least once. This is actually a pretty easy area to complete. All we need to do is make the Blackbird and reach Mars. So give me a tail, give me a landing gear. You know what, just give me the engine and wings right now. I guess we'll make the runway a little smoother. Not really sure if that does anything, but we're also almost broke already, so we really got to kind of make this work. Luckily for us, I know the strategy. We can do this now, which covers more area, and You know, every time we do one of those, we should hit everything on the screen, basically. Plus, we've hit level 30. Come on, big jump. Okay, maybe the other one does actually work better because it's a little quicker. Yeah, I think we're going to stick to this one. It's just quicker. I do like how there's no tricks required though, because those are just a big cost to be able to buy. So we're just going to loop-de-loop our way to Mars. This is how the Blackbird flew in real life too. It would just loop-de-loop, doesn't need fuel. No word on if it ever made it to Mars or not. I'm not entirely sure of that part. The sky is getting orange. We started to lose elevation there. Luckily, we still hit a fire in the sky. We're going to put just a little bit of jet on. We're going to go a little steeper there because we need height more than anything anyway. So let's go maximum steepness. And these jets are also big that you just touch like every fire on the screen so long as you're loop-de-looping. The strategy works too well. Like I feel like I haven't been taking it seriously at all and we're still like, you know, we're 7,000 meters off the ground and I've used 4% of fuel. Getting up high now, things are getting dark, so we'll pass the moon, I think around 10,000. I feel like the fireballs are getting a little more sparse, but the stars are getting more frequent. Okay, so we're going to give ourselves a little boost here, make sure we're still pointed upwards. So we're going to boost and spin, boost and spin. Okay, there's the moon, which as we all know is 5,000 meters away from Mars, approximately at least. I'm not a scientist, but they look pretty close together when I look into the sky. So we'll just keep going like this. We got 50% of our fuel left, so we should easily make it. There's definitely less fireballs up here, but I mean, there's less fire in space probably. If any scientists out there in the comments want to correct me for being wrong, feel free. Go ahead. The comments are open. So I'm about 13,000 up. So we got those guys again. I might not actually make it to Mars this time because I didn't realize we're running out of fuel already. I was too confident. Well, we got 14,000 meters. That's close to Mars. Now I guess I'm just going to crash one very expensive plane. Well, luckily that run was still worth $88,000 times 2. Oh, and while we're at it, we get a new upgrade to our super rocket engine. All right, so let's put this idiot back into space where it belongs. I'm probably just going to loop-de-loop pretty much the whole way there. I'm going to adjust the angle just a little bit because I remember this engine, they pull you up so hard anyway that I don't know if it really matters which direction you're facing anyway. It's like a helicopter. So this time we've made it to 10,000 meters up using 1% of our fuel. I really didn't need to do that. I just was stupid. We've cruised past the moon, so now we only need to use 99% of our fuel to make it another 4,000-ish meters. I think we're going to be okay. Starting to lose some altitude again though, so I'm going to just keep my loop-de-loop and spin. I'm going to adjust the angle a little bit because I noticed before I accidentally got to Mars doing it this way. So if I accidentally get to Mars again, great. There's probably some science to this I don't understand, but full disclosure, I'm not a scientist. I don't even understand how my coffee machine works. These engines are so stupidly powerful though, like all I have to do is touch it and it launches me way up. So as long as I'm patient with my fuel, good things happen. I don't know where Mars is though. I thought we hit it before. Okay, here it is. It's about 17,000. So mission accomplished. I guess. Do I still get paid for this? There's alien rocks incoming. I hope we crash right into them and kill everyone. No one's a winner on my game. It's a very long dramatic cutscene, but I feel like they could progress this a little further. The planet Mars. Yes, I'm familiar. So we made it to Mars, and that means we can launch our little rocket ship from there. Okay, we're making it to other planets. Now we have to deal with oxygen. Look at the size of our jet, though. It's getting bigger. So yeah, whatever. He doesn't need oxygen to live. He's gonna die anyway, so we don't need oxygen. So he made $540 to launch himself on Mars. But there's got to be some kind of oxygen there if there's fire. Again, I'm not a scientist, but I'm pretty sure. So we can give it protection to protect it from space junk. This gives us oxygen. But what is it we actually build? Wow, we're running out of money quickly. So we're going to buy those two, the body and the hoverlander. Because apparently we need to land this thing again. Yeah, whatever. Just launch into space and make me money. That's all I care about. I mean, we're just kind of going to bounce along the fire for now because that's all we can do. But so far, so good. It's not the prettiest spaceship, but I built it on Mars. So I guess, you know, we have to have tempered expectations. We're still doing pretty good considering I have no jets whatsoever. I guess the ones that launched me initially help, but I mean, we have like 99.9% of our movement comes from the jets on board. Oh, we're running out of oxygen too. Good. He's slowly suffocating and he's dead. Dive to recover oxygen? Well, we don't really have a choice. That's a lot of goals. I liked it better when all I had to do was find Mars. But we did get ourselves rich and make it here at our Blackbird, so I feel like that's pretty good.